Are you ready to live your dream life? Are you ready to live the life that you deserve to live, the life that you desire to live? You have to ask yourself genuinely right now in this moment. Ask, and don't just say yes because you're ready to see a change. No, genuinely ask yourself that question right now. Really analyze everything that's going on in your life. Analyze how you treat people. Analyze how you treat yourself. Analyze the type of energy that you put out into the world. Introspect and ask yourself, do I see life on a more positive scale, or am I the type of person that sees life on a more negative scale? And then ask yourself, are you ready to make those changes? What are you willing to do? Like, genuinely, what are you willing to do right now, today, or whenever you're watching this video? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to let go of what's no longer serving you? Let go of all of that dead weight, that negative energy, those negative vibes, those bad friends for you, those toxic people, these toxic environments. Are you ready to let that go and place them into God's hands so he can transform them and send them back to you in tenfold? Are you ready to let go and receive better? Because you have to be able to, if you have to be ready to let go of all of that bad shit, all of your bad habits too. Yeah, call yourself out on that. Don't try and sweep it under the rug and pretend like everything, like you're all delusional or whatever the case may be. No, call yourself out on those bad habits and ask yourself. It is a very windy day, you guys, so please forgive me, but ask yourself, am I ready to let go and let God? Am I ready to let go and receive what I want to receive? Because you gotta make space. Are you willing to make space for God? Are you in? I don't know anybody's practice, right? I'm only saying God because I believe in God and that is my creator. But yeah, you can fill in the blank with whatever you want to fill it in with. But are you ready to let go of that negative? Are you ready? Are you ready to clear out space and allow God room to work? Because he can't work on you if you're filling up that space that he needs to work with negativity. You gotta clear out that negativity. You gotta clear out that negative energy. You gotta literally clear everything out that's bad for you. I'm telling you, anything and everything that is bad for you, you gotta clear it out so God can bring more light into your life, so he can shine his light on those dark areas in your life, so he can heal your shadow. You have to ask yourself, are you really willing to do that in order to get to where you want to be? Because that's the only way you're gonna get there. That's the only way you're gonna get there. So you need to ask yourself, am I really willing to stop doubting myself? Am I willing to be the change that I want to see in my life? Am I willing to put more positive energy out into the world? Am I willing to treat myself better? Am I willing to treat others better no matter what they've done or said to me? Are you willing to forgive? That's a big one. That's a big one. I'm not even gonna lie. Are you willing to forgive? Because in order to get to where you're trying to be, you gotta be lighthearted. You gotta lighten up your heart, literally. Because a heavy heart is only gonna drag you down. Your heart is the guiding compass, guiding you to your desires. God will not give you a dream that you're not meant to see in your physical reality. God will not give you those goals, those desires for no reason. He has placed them in your heart for a reason. And those desires, if you listen to your heart, those desires are calling out for you, searching for you. But if you don't clear out some space and allow God to shine his light so you can see the path, you just won't ever get there. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices. You have to say, let me forgive those who have wronged me. And you know, one thing that I realized yesterday, or I think it was earlier today, it was one of them, but I realized that I have been through, obviously I know for a fact that I have been through some shit. I have been through a whole lot in my life. I have been through crazy experiences. Number one, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but you have to transmute that pain into power. That's number one. But number two, all of those people who have wronged me in my life, all of the people who have wronged me have never, ever, ever apologized to me. Never. I can't think of not one person who has traumatized me or who has done me dirty or anything like that. I can't think of one person who actually came to me and genuinely apologized. That's crazy, right? And so you might think, I'm holding on to a lot of pain. I'm holding on to a lot of grudges. I have a lot of hatred out for those people who have not apologized. And if you're thinking like that, then you're wrong. Because at one point in time, I was in a dark place. I haven't always believed in God. I'm gonna be honest with you. For literally majority of my life, I've been stopped believing by the time before I even hit double digits, right? And then I most recently, it's almost been a year now since I've allowed God back into my life. And he has really transformed me. He has shined his light upon my heart and he is guiding me to where I want to be in my life because I'm following my heart. I have that light in my heart telling me where to go. But what I was getting to with that, was you have to forgive. You're not going to get from down here to up here without lightening up your heart. Your heart is going to, the light of your heart, think of your heart as like being buoyant, right? And when something is buoyant, it's able to float in water, right? So like ice is buoyant, it's dense, it's light, it's lighter than water. Literally your ice is lighter than water, right? And so you want your heart to be lighter than whatever. Like the lighter your heart, you just will float up. I hope I'm making sense with that explanation. You get what I mean? But the lighter your heart, the more you'll just rise, and you'll rise. But you have to let go of that dead weight and allow more light into your life. Allow yourself to be enlightened. Allow yourself to be enlightened. Really open your mind and open your heart. Because when you close your heart, then you close your mind. Y'all know that song? Obviously, if you don't know Michael Jackson, I don't know what to tell you. But that's Man in the Mirror. If you are not willing to forgive those who have seriously wronged you, and I mean seriously like wronged you, if you're not willing to forgive them, then you're not ready. However, you can prepare yourself to get ready. And one thing I've been saying, one thing I'm always saying, don't forgive the person because they need your forgiveness. Forgive them because you need to let go of that grudge. You need to lighten your own heart. Forgive them because you need to forgive them, not because they need you to forgive them. You forgiving them will not clear their conscience, will not boost their spirits. You know what I mean? But you forgiving them for you is going to boost your spirits. It's going to help you rise to the occasion. It's going to, here's your higher self, right? The more and more you lighten your heart, the more and more you're going to rise to meet that higher self. I haven't always been this version of me, right? But in time, I have lightened my heart, and now I've met myself here. But this is not where I want to be in my life. I still want to keep lightening my heart and lightening it and lightening it and enlightening it, because you really can never stop growing, and you can really never stop learning, because that is what we're here to do. Number one, I see this a lot, and if you're watching this video, I pray that you can kind of like burn this into your brain and adapt this mindset that life is not difficult. I'm telling you, it's not difficult. I'm telling you. And if you're saying it's difficult in any way, shape, or form, you gotta lighten up your heart, sweetheart. Are you willing to lighten up your heart so you can see how easy life is? Because let me tell you something. When you as a sperm fertilize that egg, you have won. I just told my best friend about this. What's today, the 11th? So I told her 3 days ago. 3 days ago was her birthday, April 8th. So happy birthday, Ari. But I told her, I was like, bro, life is already the prize. Once you're here, you have won already. However, it is so sad that we go through so much conditioning and we go through so many bad experiences, and they kind of weigh down our heart, and we never really learn how to cope, because that's just how you learn from those around you. So you might have never really learned how to cope, but I'm telling you 101% that you have already won now that you're here. You have to think to yourself, you was up against millions of other souls, millions of other sperms fighting for your life. You have to like, I think about that, and the day that I was conceived, I don't know the day that I was conceived, right? But I think about that a lot. Like, I was up against millions of souls, millions. But I'm the lucky winner. I already won. I had already proven myself worthy. I have already proven myself strong enough. Once you get here, you are already strong. You are a warrior, and you have been proven yourself worthy. Life is already the gift, and once you have this life, you can just reap so many blessings. The more and more you just live this life, and the more positive energy you put out there. And it is so sad to see so many souls that are just not really having the best life experience. And subscribe if you really want to lighten your heart, though, because in this community, and I do want to say thank you guys for 60 members in this community. Like, we're really rising to the occasion, you know what I mean? And so genuinely, like, this is a community where we are all, where we are learning who we are, and we know that we are loved and that we are light. We know if you want to join this community, if you're gonna hit that subscribe button, which I hope you do, because then you're proving to yourself that, you know what, I am worthy, I am strong, I am capable, I am confident in my abilities to go out there and go get the life that I want to live. And in reality, you don't even have to do anything. You just have to communicate with the universe what you want. And how you do that is by energy, frequency, and vibration. That's how you speak the universe's language. We have this big fat thing in our mouth, right?
What did he say?
Oh my God. We have the most powerful tool, and it's not a weapon unless you use it as a weapon. But we have our tongues. Your tongue is the most powerful tool that you can use to see the life you want to live become your reality. Instead of just daydreaming about it, using your tongue in a positive way and speaking to the universe in a positive way is going to bring it all closer to you. You don't have to do anything but just live a light life, have a light heart, love, forgive, treat. Like, literally all you have to do, and I'm telling you this, it doesn't matter what you do for work, it doesn't matter how much money you have, no, all you have to do is just put positive energy out into the world. Whenever you have an interaction with somebody, instead of just throwing hate, if say they want to get rowdy, right? Number one, when you respond to someone, you are agreeing to have an energy exchange with them. So make sure that your response sends out positive energy, because no matter what they say to you, number one, it's not about what they call you or what they say to you, it's about what you respond to. And then if you do respond, it's about how you respond. Are you going to respond in a more positive light or in a more negative way? The choice is yours. In every moment, you have a choice to put positive energy out into the world. In every single moment, I'm telling you, doesn't matter what anybody says to you. Number one, silence is your superpower. Silence is your superpower. And I'm going to use my own personal experiences, for example. I have genuinely been through some real shit, you guys. I'm not even trying to, like, you can let your imagination run wild, but I have been traumatized and I've been beaten down and all sorts of things, but I have risen past that, right? However, my siblings, and I'm gonna just speak on one right now, which is my female sibling. Sometimes I don't even like to really call her my sister, because it's like I don't feel that kind of relation to her. So you know what I mean? It's just like a blood thing, you know what I mean? But she is holding on to a lot of darkness in her heart, and I see that. I see that clear as day. And so I noticed that whenever she has the opportunity, whenever it's just one little thing, for example, I do share a room with her, right? And I'm gonna just share this example and then I'm gonna wrap up this video for you guys, okay? And so we do share a room, and it was about a few days ago. It wasn't a full week ago, but it was a few days ago, and it was 11 p.m. and I had the light on, the big light, not like my lamp or anything, but the big room light, the main room light, right? And she pretty much, first of all, she wasn't even asleep. And me, I'm a very, how can I put this? I'm a very considerate person, right? So I'm not gonna just be rude for nothing. But the only reason I turned the light on is because I can see she's on her phone and she's just like scrolling in bed. So I turned the light on. Number one, it's not good to be on your phone in the dark. But so she pretty much got all pissed off and she like stormed and like stumped her way to turn off the light and caught like a really bad attitude. But I didn't pay her no attention, because number two, negative energy does not affect you. It affects the person who is sending that negativity out into the universe. Like I said, in every given moment, you have the choice to put positive or negative energy out into the universe. Not like her putting that negativity out does not do anything to me at all unless I allow it in my heart to do something to me. You get what I mean? And at one point in time, I really used to, but that's for a whole nother video probably, maybe not. But anyways, yeah, I just turned on my phone flashlight and I continued to eat my food, because I want to see my food while I'm eating and everything like that. And I had my flashlight on and she got super pissed and she went to my mom and pretty much had like a whole argument with her, because, and she kept, the reason why she kept saying she was so upset because she was like, it's 11 p.m. and you have the light on. But I could tell that it was much deeper than it was because it's 11 p.m. Like, you're blowing this whole thing out of proportion because it's 11 p.m. and the light is on. That's what you're trying to tell me right now. You gotta use your intuition, you guys. In moments like that, you gotta use your discernment and figure out what the hell is really going on. But yeah, she was saying things that really, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but she was saying I'm not scared of her, da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't do anything to make anybody do. I, like, be honest, you look at me down, you see me walking down the street, you're gonna look at me and say, oh, I'm scared of her? No, because I don't do anything and I don't give off that demeanor. However, she is holding on to a lot of negativity, and if she wants to see the life that she wants to live, she gotta let that go. She gotta let that go. And silence was my superpower, because she was saying all sorts of things. She even said at one point in time, you know what she said? And I just remembered that she said she was gonna hit me in my mouth. I would like to see her try, because although I am all love and light, I have a whole divine team that don't play. God does not play. And when you want to put your hands on somebody, if you're watching this video at this point, I want to say, God, thank you so much for watching it to the end. But if you ever consider putting your hands on somebody, whether you know them or not, in a negative way, trust and believe that karma that you're about to deal, number one, you're gonna deal with them hitting you back, and number two, you still gotta deal with God's karma. You still gotta face the consequences from God. That's number two. So I pretty much started laughing to myself. I was like, I really wish she would. She was saying some other stuff too, but I was like, I really wish she would hit me in my mouth. I don't like to get physical. I don't like to get physically violent with anybody, but or any kind of violent with anybody. But if I have to, I want everybody to know, you're not gonna pump me. You're not gonna play with me like I'm a child. You're not gonna pump me out or anything like that. Hell no. I'm gonna show your ass that I can hit back, and I can hit back harder on top of that. But what I'm really trying to, I keep getting away from the message, but what I'm trying to say here is throughout that whole time, that probably went on for like 30 minutes. And throughout that whole time, I stayed silent and I did not respond to her in any way, shape, or form, because I did not want to agree to have an energy exchange with her. I did not want to respond, because that's me agreeing to have an energy exchange with her. Even if I was to say something positive, I was just like, you know what, it's better just to not say anything. And you do have that option. But I feel like in all of my videos I kind of just turn away from what I was talking about, but all of my ideas, all of my thoughts and ideas, they all come back together to really say, what are you doing? What are you willing to do to live the life you want to live? You know what I was willing to do? I was willing to forgive. I was willing to let go. I was willing to trust in God and trust his process. Trust in God's process. Trust in God's timing is what I'm trying to say. And trust the process, because you and God uses two different watches. You might say, okay, it's time now, right? And God is like, absolutely not. God can see far beyond what we can perceive. But I think I got my message across in this video. And if you're watching to the end, then I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. And please do engage with this video in any way, shape, or form, because it does help my video get out into the algorithm. I want to say thank you guys so much for joining the community and watching my videos and just really tuning in. I'm really grateful for everybody who tunes in to these videos, because it's like I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to have the opportunity to share these messages and spread this awareness. But I'm really just grateful to be in this position that I'm in today. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm grateful to have this life, because this life has been awarded to me, and I'm gonna show the universe that I'm really truly grateful for the life that I'm living right now. Subscribe to join the community to open your eyes and really just gain awareness about how great life is, because life is so easy. And one affirmation I want you to just say to yourself, no matter what, is ask yourself, why is life so easy? Because you've already won. Because it's the prize. It's the prize. The prize is not a hard prize. The prize is a bountiful prize, an abundant prize. And yeah, that's truly all that I have for this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, friends.